you have to make sure you figure out a way to trust the universe, to trust yourself, to trust Source, to trust God, to trust infinite intelligence, to trust the moving image of eternity, to trust all that is. These are all phrases for the same thing. Some of the words have a lot of attached meanings to them, and some of the words you ask 100 different people what it is, and they'll give you 100 different things. So I just like to use one of those, but I haven't decided yet. Source, infinite intelligence. I go back and forth. Either way, you gotta figure out how to trust it. And here's the kicker that I was just popped into my head. Other people that do stuff in and around your space, or even incidents of things happening. It doesn't have to be people, but really, people is the bugaboo. When someone's doing something that you perceive that they shouldn't be doing, no matter how slight or how vicious, it could be someone standing in your way when you clearly saw them see you. You have to understand that the universe is powerful, and they can use other people to teach you something, and other people don't know what's going on, and it can use anything to teach you. It's you and your moving image teaching you your moving image. You're teaching yourself, basically, but let's just use the word universe. It will come through people to teach you something. Slow down. Slow down. And in this case, I just bring it up the top of my head. Slow down. You might not want to think that if you don't get this trusting universe idea, and the universe is in everyone idea down, because you'll think, maybe not this vicious, but these bitches need to get out of my way. I saw them fucking see me and then act like they don't see me. I'm just fucking gonna run them over. But you're not looking at them as the universe, as the moving image, your moving image, as you being portrayed as another human through perspective and memory and meaning imbuing. But really, it's just the universe saying, hey, you could have just waited 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. You could have waited a whole minute, which would have been a long time. 60 seconds waiting there for some bitch to get out your way when they know they're in your way, and they know they're in the wrong, and they know they're in the wrong. So you're just waiting for them, but you could just go around another way. You could know that that's the universe telling you, hey man, hey buddy, old pal, just slow down. Nothing's that important. Not even patience. This is past patience. You only need patience when you think something's going wrong. So if I think them doing what they're doing, and it might not even be them doing that, I could be looking at them completely wrong through a colored perspective, and it could be that they didn't see me, or whatever. It could be all kinds of miscommunications going on, all kinds of portrayals of reality that aren't really happening, or whatever. But that's not what the point I was getting at. It is, you got to trust the universe and kind of see things in a different way before you already go down the route of what you've already went down a million times, which is why it's easy to go down, because you made a nice funnel, a nice runnel, a nice rut. It's easy for the marble to fall into, thinking someone's doing something to try to piss you off, even though a lot of times they are. But the key is, even if they are or they aren't, in both cases the answer is the same. It's not that serious. It's not, and that answer will carry you through both incidents. If they weren't messing with you, and you'll learn about your projecting and perspective eventually and all that stuff. And if they were, they're just going to go deeper down their hole of hatred until a couple things happen, and we don't need to go down there. But it always ends in growth and eventually the self-writing code in the universe. So we don't have to worry about that. So trust in the universe. I think I'm coming now at this point where I'm really starting to trust bad stuff and the good stuff. I've lived enough to know it is all good stuff. It's trying to get me, and it doesn't have to be so viciously now. I know. I see. The universe doesn't have to do these things that I just don't understand. Like, what the fuck? No, that's before I even was thinking about this way. But now I can kind of just nudge me this direction, nudge me this thought, nudge me this direction. Right before, it would have to have me fucking go on a 10-day bender, make a bunch of wrong decisions, do some other stuff, and then a month later I learn a lesson about something. Like, it got me going in this direction. I mean, it took a lot to get me to move somewhere. And now I don't need that much to be guided. I don't, and if I am, something does come at me that seems at the very first millisecond like, oh shit. And then I'm like, no, no, no. I do know this. I know that it's either trying to get me to look at something. I'm either trying to get myself to look at something, to learn something about myself. And it's not a lesson or test. I don't like those. It's just a natural thing that's happening where we're just learning and growing. And I did one of those things where I forgot where I was going. I kind of run off on tangents. We're going on 6 minutes there. All I really wanted to say is, fuck, what was the start of this? Trusting the universe, and even through other people, as you're interacting with other people. It's the universe interacting with you. It's you interacting with yourself. Literally. I mean, I know people say this all the time. It's so cliche and so dumb, and I fucking even hate saying it. But it's you interacting with yourself. Literally. Teaching you. Showing you. Sometimes it takes you a day or two and a meditation smoke session to come around and like, oh yes, that is instantly. You notice if you would have chose this way, it would have instantly turned out. And in that segment of in that say 2-minute segment of interacting, you cut it down to just that segment of the day. Remember, it's fractally too, so you can take that 2-minute segment of your day, and you can extrapolate the whole universe out of that and anything you want to know. Remember that. Fractal. That's fractal. So, rushing. Didn't know I was rushing. Unaware of rushing. Something happens that slows me down. Old habit would be get annoyed. Many things could happen. Nothing could happen. I could just be annoyed and not make any outward actions, which is, it happens. Or I can understand almost immediately that what's going on, which is you get the learning instantly instead of 2 days later after meditation. Like, oh, you get it instantly in the moment. You're instantly calm. You're instantly, that way if someone's doing it on purpose, they're just getting more fed up because they can see you're genuinely like happy. And people get confused with genuine happiness. They just don't understand. They actually they will think you're crazy because they're running around being happy, being sad, and this is just too very general. Being happy, being sad, being happy, being sad. Something good happens, I'm happy. Something bad happens, I'm happy. Like a cork in the ocean. So if they just see someone riding along happy, they're like, what the fuck was that? And they just get so weird. Like no one can be happy like that. What did he have that? Who's he dating? What did he come into? Blah, 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 blah. Awful stupid. No, not stupid. That's not the right word. But, not so vicious. You don't need to be that vicious. Not stupid. But, fuck, what were we talking about? Being happy. Going off on another tangent. They see you being happy. Happy. They're bobbing along in the ocean. These happy things, be sad. Either way, I cut it back to just trusting the universe. I get on these tangents and do not remember where I came from. Oh, that's fractally telling. That's probably what happened with the universe. It just whoopee went off on infinite tangents and cannot remember where it came from. I found that really funny and awesome. Huh. Cool. Trust the universe. The universe is other people too. I think a lot of people can trust the universe in most senses, but when it comes to other people interacting with them, they bar that off. That's not the universe. That's fucking Joe, and he needs to get a fucking fist in the face. You know what I mean? Something like that, or whatever. Or that's Susie, and she's the most beloved thing I've ever seen in my life. Or it could go either direction, either way. I don't even remember what I was talking about again. Weed, folks. Great for going off on tangents. As long as you can keep it running and keep it fueled, you'll get to some cool insights. But boy, don't let it stop. You're like, shit, what was I talking about? Alright, so make sure I got out what I wanted to get out. Just use one incident off the top of my head to make known seeing my old habits and my new blossoming habits coming in as my old habits are fading. And that looks like me instantly knowing the lesson. I don't like the word lesson. Instead of figuring it out later, so that my life experience runs smoothly like a well-oiled machine. Smoothly. It's all these instances where I would have to drawn out for weeks, months, years to figure out and learn. But as I go on, it takes shorter and shorter. What took me 20 years to learn something, now it takes me 10 years, and then it took me 5 years, and then it took me 1 year, and now it takes me a month to learn something, a week, a day to learn something, and then it goes even further. You start learning real time, instantly. You don't need to wait anymore. Something happens, and you almost know what the thing is before it even happens. Like, yeah. And that's how you have such composure, and you're so confident and calm in a lot of situations. If you can get that mode going, nothing can topple your confidence in the universe, even when bad stuff seemingly are happening. But the cool thing to remember is when you really got this going, this frequency going, bad stuff doesn't happen unless something needs to be reworked to reroute you somewhere or something, and then you're just perceiving it as bad, not knowing that it's just the universe kind of turning the wheel a little bit on the ship. Yeah, we need to go over here, you know. But you get the frequency going, and you have a firm grasp on your now moment with this frequency. Like, you're not frequency 10 minutes, or you're not a frequency a third of your now moment. I kind of like putting a time on a now moment because it's just here forever. Like, you can't really. So maybe a third of your now moment, your frequency high, and the rest you're dipping, going whichever. Then you could still have some weird shit happening to you. Remember, it's always working out for you the best it can, the best that God can figure out how to make it work out for you. And he's, as far as I can tell, the infinite intelligence is pretty he doesn't matter, gender doesn't matter. Infinite intelligence is very good at making things happen the way it needs to happen for the best, most efficient, beautiful outcome. I went off on a tangent again. Damn. See, the thing is, I always feel like I got something I really want to say, and then I go off on a tangent and I forget the thing I really wanted to say. And I always want to reel it back in. So I have to learn not to go off on tangents, but I like going off on tangents also. This is going to be a problem. We'll figure something out about it. Some kind of way of holding my pre-block concept while going off on tangents. Also, this could be fractally extrapolated to being the universe also. Holding the core knowing as he sends out extensions to it's all the same fucking shit. Trust the fucking universe. You can't trust the universe just because someone tells you to fucking trust the universe. Just like if you have any kind of brains and logic, someone tells you to believe in God, you're not going to just believe unless they get you at a young age, and that causes more problems sometimes than good. But that's why I like the way I came up. No one forced me on any thought. So I grew up naturally not believing in God or infinite intelligence or any kind of underlying field of energy and knowing that permeates everything that seems to be physical reality, but is really just a moving image of eternity. What two words could I have mixed up? I hate messing my words up. I really do. I'm sure that means something that I could probably extrapolate out. Probably slow down again. Maybe if I'm slowing down and really focusing on what I'm saying in the moment, I would never mess up a word again. Maybe if I really focus all the time, the same focus that I've cultivated, focusing on learning guitar, learning tennis, learning how to do a motor swap, learning how to do acrobatics, that same focus. Learning how to focus on my feeling body. I use that same focus to focus on something that I was talking about 10 seconds ago, and now I've already forgotten what I was supposed to be focusing on. These videos must be funny if I ever go back and rewatch them. I don't normally do the weed talks. All to get just a new nugget of gold out, a new way to think of something, a new perspective. I will go through a million times of forgetting my core notion if I can have a chance of one of my extensions coming up with a new perspective that's never been done before in such a way that all of eternity clamors just to get in on this new project. Then it's worth it. It's worth it.